All right. So once again, the same people screaming hoax at every real hate crime are out there literally staging their own. So let me kind of walk you through this insane story because it's a lot like Jesse Smollett, right? But this time with a MAGA hat and a Blue Lives Matter bumper sticker. So now this is about a 26-year-old MAGA aide named Natalie Greene, who used to work for Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew in New Jersey. Now, Jeff Van Drew, of course, is the guy who switched from being a Democrat to a Republican in order to suck up to Donald Trump and then became a full-blown MAGA loyalist. Okay. So now, back in July, Greene and a friend called 911 in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, and told them this very wild story, claiming that three armed men in masks jumped out of a car, kidnapped them, right? And carved her up after zip tying her, writing things like Trump whore across her stomach and Van Drew is a racist on her back. Right away, of course, you can see where this is going, right? What kind of narrative they're trying to paint. Oh, look at the violent, unhinged left. Oh my God, dangerous Antifa. They're attacking innocent, peaceful Trump supporters. They're targeting this poor staffer because she had worked for Jeff Van Drew. They're calling her a turncoat. Oh my God, they're the left, violent left. They're out of control. We got to do something. And look, that would be, by the way, a perfect Fox News segment if it weren't fake. And that's the problem. It's all fake, according to the FBI and an indictment against Greene. This woman actually paid a body modification artist about $500 in Pennsylvania to make fake wounds on her body and to write those phrases on her. This woman literally drove across state lines to try to cosplay a hate crime against her. I mean, police found the zip ties in her car and found out that her friend had literally Googled zip ties near me days before this so-called assault. I mean, cell phone records, surveillance footage, the entire case falls apart after like 5 minutes of actual investigation. It's amazing. And of course, as a result of this, she has been charged with conspiracy to convey false statements and hoaxes and lying to federal law enforcement. But remember, it's apparently our side. It's the unhinged, violent left that is violent and we make everything up, right? We're lying about everything. This is what MAGA does over and over and over again. They scream and cry and moan and piss themselves about fake news, right? While manufacturing their own fake news. And then blame, of course, the left for the chaos that they have created. And notice, by the way, the details, okay? Not just random graffiti. It is writing Trump whore on her stomach. Sexualized, misogynistic, meant to make the left look like deranged sexist monsters, right? And Van Drew is a racist on her back. Because God forbid someone call out racism accurately. Okay, so now that phrase itself has been turned into a slur, a weapon, something that only extremists say. They tried to turn anti-racism and criticism of Donald Trump into the villain in the story. And the wild part, the exact same crowd that will tell you, oh, hate crimes, they're exaggerated. The left, they're just making it up for attention. Look at Jesse Smollett. He proved that it's all a lie. Meanwhile, their own people are literally scripting their own hate crimes, hiring artists, buying props, and lying to the FBI. Okay, because the actual left apparently isn't violent or unhinged enough to fuel their BS narrative. I mean, this reminds me of the case of the Minnesota man who set his own stuff on fire, I believe his camper, and spray painted his garage with graffiti right here. Okay, and then blamed it all on left-wing radicals. And then, of course, by the way, he then tried to cash in on the insurance money and a GoFundMe campaign. Oops. And got busted for it, of course.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Look, if leftists were running around attacking MAGA staffers and doing, graffiti, Republicans, well, they wouldn't need to stage fake crimes in order to prove it. I mean, it just kind of reminds me of all the stuff that they post on like Twitter/X of like, look at these, look at this, look at the example of this thing, and it's all AI. Okay, I mean, this is what they do, and you know damn well what would have happened if this hadn't actually fallen apart so fast. There would be a GoFundMe. She would be on Fox News talking about how she is the brave victim of leftist terrorism. Jeff Van Drew might be fundraising off of it. Oh, the radical lefties, they're coming for us. You need to give me money. Donate to fight back. But since they were busted, Van Drew's office is now like, what? Natalie who? Well, she doesn't work for us anymore. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was a coffee girl. Barely knew her. Of course. Throw her under the bus. Pretend that you had nothing to do with it, even though she was obviously steeped in that ecosystem. Okay? Something put that in her head that she needs to be doing this. Okay? This is why you can't take a single thing that comes out of MAGA world at face value. Not their BS caravans or the war on Christmas. Remember that? And clearly not their I was attacked violently by Antifa stories. I mean, again, this is probably part of Donald Trump's attempt to crack down on Antifa and call them a literal terrorist organization. They're not even an organization. It's an ideology, and that's it. Okay. Again, these people, they want to go out there and convince you that you're the threat, okay, that you are violent, while they're the ones that are faking crime seems to justify their own authoritarian crackdowns. And by the way, also, they're the ones who are violent. When it comes down to it, right-wing violence, or I should say the right wing, is the most violent group in the country right now. But they have to make things up to try to change that narrative, to try to change the reality. Okay? That's what they're doing. So the next time a Republican, a right-winger wants to scream about, leftists hate attacks, maybe we should, wait for reality before we hand them a victim card. Because nobody wants actual violence to happen to these people. I don't advocate for violence. But they don't feel the same way because they constantly advocate for violence against us while claiming to be victims. So let me ask you, you think the right-wing media is going to cover this anywhere as loudly as they would have covered it if it were actually real? Or is this going to be, it's going to quietly disappear now that the supposed victim turned out to be the one who perpetrated it in the first place? Give me your thoughts. If this video helped you cut through the BS and see what is really happening, then smash that like button. Every single like pushes back against the right-wing propaganda machine. I can't do this work without your support. So please check out my Patreon. Link is in the description of this video. For a few bucks a month, you can help keep this channel independent from corporate BS. So hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's keep fighting for democracy and against fascism together.